our special guest today, Dr. Amjad Ayub Mirza, who's joined us from UK. Sir, what are your views on the whatever discussion you've heard this evening, sir?
Thank you. Yeah, well, I must say that it has been a very thought-provoking discussion for me, at least. And you see, when we talk of Jammu, we have gone into this habit of forgetting that a large chunk of Jammu, West Jammu, is still under the illegal occupation of Pakistan since 22nd of October 1947. And I think when we talk about Jammu, we should always inculcate and include the occupied part of Jammu. Now, the sad thing about the occupied territory of Jammu is that number one, West Jammu people have lost their identity as Jamwals. They are being called Kashmiris. Their fate, political fate, is now linked with the political fate of Kashmiris in the valley. They have been detached from any political, economic, or social or cultural links with our Jammu. And I think I quite agree with General Jamwal when he talks about Jammu being separated from Kashmir. I think it is very important that we should talk about this in great detail, because as General Jamwal has very rightly said, it is not about religion. It is not about creating two separate entities in the name of two-nation theory. It's all about economics and it's about politics. The Kashmiri politicians have been very, very cunning in milking all the resources that have been uh, allocated for past 72, 73 years for Jammu Kashmir. They have been diverting all resources, funds, money, everything towards Kashmir. And we know that corruption among the political elite of Kashmiris has been not only rife, but has been, uh, you know, of unimaginable magnitude. So I think that Jammu should be separated from Kashmir if Jammu has to, number one, survive. It's an existential crisis that Jammu is facing now in terms of economy, in terms of political representation. So I think that it is high time that we should start talking about separating Jammu from Kashmir and leave the Kashmir alone to the Kashmiris, as Mr. General Jamwal has very rightly and candidly put it, that let them fight among themselves and let they sort themselves out, and let us march on towards prosperity and a better future. And he's given an example of Ladakh. There is no doubt, the Ladakh airport is now being expanded fourfolds. So why is that? Because of tourism, because they are foreseeing a large influx of tourists in Ladakh, and their airport is not big enough to cater for that amount of tourists. The second thing is Jammu Wals and the Dogras must never forget about our legacy. We should be proud of our legacy. At a time when it was the norm to expand territorially, we expanded our territory from Jammu to Kashmir to Gilgit-Baltistan to Tibet, and today we have become just short of beggars. We are literally begging. We are begging the Kashmiris. We are begging the center to provide us a technical college, to provide us an engineering college, to fix our economic depravities. This is a very shameful state that we as a Dogra people have been reduced to. And we cannot blame no one but ourselves. We have to blame only ourselves for being so naive and so complicit in this whole game of Jammu Kashmir Islamization and two nation theory and all that, that we have started to, from becoming assertive, we have started to become apologetic, as if we are committing a crime and we are to be blamed for what is happening in Kashmir. It's none of our fault. We are the victims, not Kashmir. Kashmir was never divided. Kashmir was never occupied. It is Jammu that was attacked. It was Jammu that was cut into pieces. It was Jammu that is being occupied by jihadi terrorists today. And there are 22 launching pads in Pakistani occupied Jammu from where terrorism is being infiltrated into Kashmir. So when we talk about the state of Jammu, which in future I hope we will see it happening, we should always discuss how are we going to retrieve our territory from Pakistan. Any talk about Jammu, the prosperity of Jammu, the political aspirations of Jammu is just an empty talk if it does not include a perspective about regaining our lost territory. Because even before the state of Jammu and Kashmir was formed, West Jammu, Mirpur, Bimbar, Kotli, all of these areas were part of Jammu. They were Rajwadas, the 22 Rajwadas that were united by Gulab Singh and formed Jammu first. And then later on, after the Sikh war, Kashmir was added, and then, other things happened. So I am very much of the opinion that Jammu should be separated from Kashmir, and we should think of how are we going to regain our lost territory. Our lost territory is not the responsibility of no one else other than ourselves. It is our territory. First and foremost, it is Jammu territory. Then it is Indian territory. So what are the Jammuites doing to regain that territory? And the Jammuites have been believed into, getting into this fear that the West Jammu that is with Pakistan is a terrorist Jammu. And if they come and join Jammu, then they will be demographically, Hindus will be in a minority and stuff like that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We have been living together for centuries. It is only during the 1940s that due to two-nation theory and communal violence, Jammu has suffered. And this communal violence has to be addressed not by reciprocating communal politics, but by rejecting communal politics altogether. So
thank you very
my
much.
my thoughts
Very enlightened with your views, and we take your suggestion that whenever we say Jammu, we must include the area within Pakistan occupied Jammu. That should also be talked about. And as we discussed the other day, we must have the representation also.
Please like and subscribe.